Welcome back to WEAREREDX. Y'all already know it is another installment of Chopper Corner. Same old, woo wham. The introduction, boo boo boo. Y'all already know what it is. It's me, BigJu, and then a special guest.
SUO, man. SUO The Artist.
For y'all those who don't know SUO, if you ever been on my social media, I post SUO all the time, but I'm not gonna fully introduce him myself. He a man, so I let this young man introduce himself to y'all. SUO?
Yeah, man. My name, I don't want to get my government name, but I go by SUO, a.k.a. SUO The Artist. I do a little bit of everything, entrepreneur / content creator / artist, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
Yes, sir.
So, SUO, now that I got you here today, for those who don't know, this has been a long time coming.
Long time.
I'm talking like maybe 2 years, year and a half.
Yeah, it's been about that long.
Yeah, bro, we've been waiting on this one. This is a special one, so I had to get the right scenery. I see the vibes in the back. It's raining and shit.
Yeah, man.
We came out here.
That scenery.
Yeah, we came out here on a rainy day. Niggas still get to work in. So, let me jump right into it. Let me ask you. Well, first off, how's rap? You know what I'm saying? You've been an artist about 2 years now? 3?
Yeah, 2-3 years, something like that.
How has music creation been, and getting an understanding of just music as a whole?
So I got into music through my cousin, and I don't talk to him, but he got me into music. We were just freestyling one time. He's like, you should do music. So I started off rapping, just trying to sound like everybody else. But it was just a long process. Like, as a kid, y'all just freestyle and shit like that. So
yeah.
You go through the motions, but I didn't really start getting into it till about junior year of high school. But I didn't start taking it serious till I graduated.
Right.
And, I always had music inspiration around me. My mama, she sing. All my family relatives sing in churches and stuff like that. So it's always been, like, around me.
Right. So you've always had a root in music, essentially.
Definitely.
And it just spread itself. So
yes.
Now that you can say that, like you said, you started off like most people do, copying a couple other people and just really finding your sound through experimentation.
Yeah.
Who are some of your early inspirations? I know I can name one off here because you mention that nigga all the time, DDG for sure.
Yeah.
But outside of him, who is some of your major inspirations?
Definitely Lil Wayne. Because, I was the type of kid, my mom was very strict on me, so I would listen to a lot of gospel. But once I started hanging around different family members, friends, I got introduced to that other side of music.
Yeah.
Hardcore rap, all types of shit, Chief Keef,
Yeah.
I got around a lot of shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't really have a specific inspiration, but I definitely say Lil Wayne was the first artist I actually like, damn, this nigga go hard.
Yeah.
And I just started experimenting with different people. So Lil Wayne definitely my #1 inspiration, other than DDG.
Oh, for sure. Shout out DDG. But I could definitely say Wayne done did it for a lot of us. Like, Wayne was like, my mamas and them even was like, bro, he one of the greatest ever. He younger than some of our mamas.
The GOAT.
You feel me? Like, he was one of them ones. So can definitely say Wayne played a big part in everybody's come up and you feel me?
For sure.
So but I do see when it comes to that content creation and everything side, you do take a big inspiration from DDG. You was one of the people that listened to DDG early, like for other I'm
Very
talking about
early.
yeah.
I'm talking about Justin Gord, all them, man, they used to clown me for listening to that nigga. I'm talking about he on my playlist. I'm bumping the shit out that nigga every song. And now, the nigga done turned up. So shout out DDG, man.
No, most definitely. So when you see yourself in that same light, because I understand inspiration also, it's a little bit of you're inspired by somebody because you see a piece of yourself in them, and people inspire because they see a piece of themselves in you. So do you still have that idea of like rapper, YouTuber, or is just still just like, I want to be a rapper?
Yeah, I say artist, but I mean, I rap too.
Yeah.
So I say I'm definitely like, that's my main goal, like music. I love music. I love creating it. I got a lot of shit that niggas ain't even heard me do before that's coming out this year, and that's really just what I want to do. I want to inspire the youth just to be themselves, just speak their truth. Don't be scared to be yourself.
Yeah, never. Y'all always innovate and create and change, because
yes.
We know people that was doing stuff that we never seen before, and now everybody else doing it. Well, then the next thing I want to ask you, now that you got 2-3 years into the rap thing, have you had a chance to perform yet?
Yeah, a lot of performances. I started my first performance. When was that? I think it was 2021. I had my first real performance. It was about like a birthday party type thing.
Oh, okay.
And it was cool. A lot of parents there, so it was definitely the experiment. I was nervous as hell my first time, but my second time I wasn't that nervous. It felt comfortable. It felt like the right thing to do.
Right.
Something that I'm supposed to be doing. So,
and it gave you a chance to be in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And get them first time jitters off you and get that chill up.
I used to have bad stage fright, like just talking in front of people, but now it's just like I know I got a mouthpiece on me. I know I can't be scared because some people ain't gonna see them niggas in the next hour.
No cap.
You're not gonna see them niggas in the future. You might not. So you gotta let it shine while you can, while you're right there.
And on top of that, for a lot of y'all that is coming up, it's like that's their first time seeing you, and that may be anybody's first time seeing you. Like your first performance is literally your first impression ever on the world. So, don't be afraid to put yourself out there because, like he said, you'll never see them people again. Yeah. But one day when you blow, they're gonna be like, oh, I remember I seen him at a birthday party. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly how it go.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. So, I always be willing to go explore and chase after what you want. So, my next question is, I always ask this, you got any projects coming up, anything we can expect and wait on coming around the corner?
I do got something coming out May 4th. I got a little tape coming out, a little EP, just something I was experimenting with. I still show love to it, but it's just some experiment shit just to see how y'all fuck with it, how y'all like it. So
is it a different type of sound from what we used to hearing? Or
definitely something different. I just dropped a little R&B. That was my first R&B singer, so that went crazy a little bit.
Y'all go get that. Y'all go get that. Go get that.
Definitely go check that.
Matter of fact, go to his Apple Music. I'm pretty sure you got SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yeah.
Go everywhere you can find SUO The Artist and just keep going and check everything you got because he really does have not the deepest catalog right now, but we just getting started.
Exactly.
But the catalog that do exist, it is very different, very expansive. So, y'all make sure y'all go tap into that. But the reason I ask that is because I always ask, how do you feel about the strength of the new project that you're about to drop? Since it is experimental.
I get in my head a lot, and it's just like, might be.
No, you good.
Certain shit, I just learned to just keep going. Like sometimes I make a song. I listen to my songs probably like 1,000 times before I release it. And before it dropped, I just be like, damn, should I have dropped this?
Yeah.
And I get in my head a lot about it, but now I done got to the point where the people around me, I'm blessed to have certain people around me that just push me and let me know, like, you doing your thing, nigga.
Right.
So, damn, I forgot where I was going with it, but I like dropping for y'all, getting y'all how I feel in the moment.
Right.
And giving y'all just that realness. And I don't really care what niggas be thinking when I drop shit.
So it's just essentially like you've gotten to a point where everything you drop, you believe in it. Yeah, you have strength.
100%.
You leave the strength of its ability to grow and get out there and be heard.
100% of my songs, but I got a saying that I just heard this year. It's just like, don't fall in love with that song because any song could be a hit song.
Right.
Don't fall in love with a song or anything particular, and you just be like, oh yeah, this the one. You got to think of it as like, yeah, this the one, but I could do something better.
Right.
So that's how I really go about it now. Because I know I can make 10 times better as the last song I dropped.
And that's really a great way to think because there have been times where I've made a YouTube video and I've been like, this hoe, no question about it. Best edits. I done put my best edits on it, best jump cuts. Nigga, I'm talking about I done put music, background music, everything on the motherfucker, thumbnail crazy.
I feel you, bro.
And it did 3 views. And then I have a video where I didn't barely try it all, quick edits, bam, 1,000 views.
That's how it be.
And it's like, damn.
That's exactly how it be.
And it is just, like he said, don't fall in love with a particular project because, we have these things where we like, I worked really hard on this, so it gotta work. But if you do that, you will find yourself not working as hard on other stuff.
For sure.
Because you focusing on one project. So,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying yesterday in one of my other interviews that y'all gonna see prior to this one, consistency is key. Just be consistent and confident.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to ask you is, have you traveled? Been around, moved around the city?
That's the one thing that I'm working on is traveling. Definitely this summer, I plan on going to a couple of states and just, networking, getting myself out there. That's one thing that I need to focus on other than just everything else. That's one thing I need to do.
I say one of the main things we gotta do, because I feel like I've always said, like, the type of music you make, it really fits the black anime community and those that be near that area, and the rock star community, the black rock star community and stuff like that. I feel like your music really fits that, and I think DreamCon and shit like that would be good for you, like for real, like to just move around and get to know people and get your music out there.
Definitely.
Cause coaches be at that hoe. I gotta go. I got somebody at coaches.
I gotta go.
But so,
I wanna go.
I want to ask you, like, now that you've done the amount of time, because I know you got a project, you've had a project already released, the black and white one.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that project? And I forget the name of it. It was
Lost Souls Party?
Yeah. Lost Souls Party.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? When I heard that, I heard a lot of Juice WRLD inspiration. And that's how I felt personally. Yeah. Maybe a little off. I don't know what you pulled from. You know, you pulled from many different places. But I heard a lot of Juice. I heard a lot of just a lot of experimental, maybe some Uzi in there. But I heard a lot of young experimental music. How did you feel about that?
Definitely big Juice WRLD inspiration on that project. But personally, with that project, I was going in a way of just how I felt in the moment. You know, we all go through ups and downs, and I felt that way a while ago. But you know, I released stuff based off how I felt then. Right. And I was just that project really is just like how I am as a person, like how I think, my thinking process, how I go about life. But I mean, I evolved, and at the end, you could kind of see the evolution of just how I became and how I'm like. How I go about it now. The change. Yeah, you can see the shift. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And one of the other things I wanted to bring up was, I know you're on, for those who don't know, Finessers United. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Finesse, shout out to Finessers, shout out Juice. How is it working with people? Because I don't know if you and Juice really done made some music, but y'all probably have, it just ain't out. Yeah. Shout out Juice, man. Shout out him big time, for real. For sure. Shout out Juice. We got another one coming soon too. Y'all make sure y'all tap in and go watch the last one too, Juice Show. How is it working with friends? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a lot of times when you create and people are creating with people they don't really know, and it sometimes you got good chemistry, sometimes you don't. Yeah. But in your case, you not only are creating with, but are signed to friends. So how is that? Working with friends, Juice is definitely a good friend to work with. I think of it, when I'm working with people, I want to get to know you before I just hop on the song or just do anything with you. And Juice is definitely a day one, so it wasn't no questions asked when I started doing music and people just start fucking with me, and, you know, we want to collab, and we got a lot of shit in the vault. Not too much, but, you know, enough to make something. Yeah. And, you know, I appreciate him for putting me on his tape. And, you know, how it is working with friends, it's, you know, it's business at the end of the day. But it do come natural. It come natural. Yeah. If y'all really are friends. Yeah. So I say it's easy working with friends. And it's been an enjoyable experience, to say the least. Yeah, very enjoyable. Yeah. Very experimental and just finding yourself in certain shit. Right. So, like, and I say this all the time, now that you are at a certain point in your career, because you're 2-3 years in, you're past rookie season. Like, you hooping now. So now that you're at this point, I always like to ask this: if you had any dream collabs or anybody that you could work with in the future that's not on the largest scale, not Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, but on a more lower scale, who would you know want to work with? I really don't even have any dream collabs other than, like, you know, big people. Yeah. I've been focused solely on myself. A lot of songs that I done made, I got a lot of songs in the vault. It's just me. I end up finishing a song, and I think about, damn, who could be on this? But then again, I don't want to go back and take a verse out because I'm so in love with my music. It's just like I want people to get that message from me. Right. And, you know, I just ain't really been in the mood to collab with people like that. I have done collabs, like, behind the scenes with people, just gave them a verse, but I ain't willingly been like, hey, I need you on my stuff. They just, man, a lot of your collabs are still in the vault, for the most part. Yeah, definitely. So, what, you know, okay, I'm glad you answered that then, because it lets me know
you're at a point in your musical career where it's more about building SUO than anything else.
Definitely.
So then let me ask you this. I always try to lean into a more fun side of shit. When the labels get the call in, the money rolling in, checks done cleared, and you ain't really got much to worry about, and you looking for that ideal woman, what's 3 things you need in your ideal wife? Especially with the career that you in and the understanding that she would need to have.
I don't think people know, but I do got a girl.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I got a girl. We've been together for about like 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So we still growing as people. You know, we change every day.
Yeah.
So relationship definitely is hard. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. But you know, it's all a mental thing. So you know, I just take it day by day with her. And luckily, I got a girl that you know can understand me and not so egotistic and got her ways. You know, is able to listen to me. And I'm able to listen to her, and we just grow as people. Yeah. So hopefully that goes a long way.
Most definitely, and more happiness and more love to y'all too.
Definitely.
As a unit, I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? I rarely get rappers on here that's in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I love to see
that, man.
Nothing wrong with that at all. If y'all find somebody that's willing to put up with your shit, hey, try to stick around, man, because, you know, we growing as people.
Definitely.
A lot of us come with a lot of flaws, so I'm glad, you know, to see that you done found your happiness.
Definitely.
You know? So, another thing I want to ask you is, was there ever a point in time where you kind of question still wanting to do music?
Nah. I take that back. I did at a point in 2021 where I just felt like I deserved more than what I was credited for. Yeah. Just by starting to put my music out there. But you know, I talk with my mom a lot, and she just told me just keep going, cause I do got it in me, and I know that now. I figured that out probably middle of last year. It's like I know I'm that nigga. I know I can do this music shit. So, you know, like you said, it's just being consistent and just keeping your head up and being humble about the stuff. Like, don't be that person. Be like, this is that hit song or this is that hit work that I did, and just like, you know, keep trying to just fall like I said, fall in love with it. So I just keep it consistent and keep moving. Yeah. And I know one day God gonna bless me with something better than what I got now. No, most definitely. It's because it's a. If you never once thought about quitting what you was doing, then you haven't went through the ups and downs of it. Yeah, I definitely say that, yeah. Yeah. I think everybody, like you said, has to go through those ups and downs, because those who stick around are the thoroughbreds. Like those tribulations prove that you have done the work and done the mental consistency to stay in this field. Because this shit got longevity in it, but you got to have that drive and that mental capacity to be like, no matter what, I'm gonna keep going. Hell yeah. So I'm glad to hear that from you, because like I said, I got real belief in your music. It's not a lot of people in the city making music like you. Appreciate that. They either making a Detroit copy style or Atlanta copy style, whatever it may be. They not making black rock star music. Like it's shit's amazing, and you mixing it with the R&B, you singing. They not really doing that. So it's very refreshing to see that type of content be put out. Yeah. And what I really do want to touch on is, now that you're at this point, you're 2-3 years in, where do you see your career going from here? Not just like on a achieving goals type axis, but everything. Like where do you see SUO going from here? What's next for SUO? For my brand personally, besides all the music things, I definitely do see a big blessing coming soon. You know, I'm just staying grounded and humble and just keep working. You know, even when things do start happening for me, I told my cousin, just people that's around me, don't let that shit get to my head. If you see something, like, let me know. If I'm fucking up, let me know if I'm fucking up. Let me know if I'm not doing what I told myself I'm gonna do. Right. So in the future, I definitely see a lot of success from me, just with my brand, music-wise, entertainment-wise, clothing brand-wise. Like, that's some future shit to look out for. You know, I just want to stay grounded and humble. And I know big things gonna come. A lot of big things coming soon for SUO and the gang, and that's good to hear, because it's always good to have a plan. Definitely. Even if it take 2-3 years to put that plan in motion, it's always good to have one. Definitely good to have a plan. Write it down if you need to. Put it somewhere. Always it's always just have it somewhere where you can look at it and be like, this is my plan and this is what I need to do.
Right.
Be hard on yourself.
Right, because then you know your next step. And it's always good to have a vision of how things have to go for you to get where you need to be.
For sure.
And I'm glad to hear that, because I don't really see you with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's people there. We just don't see them yet.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times you want to get yourself to a certain position before you start putting eyes on those around you, because you want to have that platform first.
That's definitely the goal.
So you can feed your people. So I'm pretty sure you got a good team behind you. You know what I'm saying? Good support system that's making sure that not only is the music good, but that you're all right. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that, because I had a couple posts up in my lifetime, in the past 3 years that I've been doing music and content, and my mom hit me up just be like, you need to take that down, that's not a good look. Yeah. And, you know, I'm glad I got people like that, my mom, my brother, my dad, just people like that to just reassure me and be like, you don't need to be doing shit like that. That's not you. That's not you.
And then a lot of people they feel like you got to be at a disadvantage in so many different areas to be a good rapper and a good artist. Like having a mom and a dad that can say, your music good and this is this and that, but you need to handle it like this. That's a good in-home support system. That's a good, you know what I'm saying? Somebody to work on your mental daily, because you see your mom and your dad every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, my mom. Right. I don't want to speak too much about my dad, but he there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good to have people, to know that there's people around you that have no reason to lie to you.
For sure.
Like your mama, what your mama really got, you know what I'm saying? They got no reason to lie to your ass, cause like, nigga, I made you type shit, you feel me?
That'd be crazy.
So it's always good to have those people around. And to those you who are trying to gain that support system, you know, involve your people in what you do. Cause a lot of people make music, their parents don't even know they make music. Like my mama didn't know I did YouTube for like 8 months.
I'd be so quick to tell somebody, but I had to tell my cousin and my brother and them, man, you ain't gotta tell everybody your dreams or aspirations, man. Sometimes it's good to keep it to yourself. That way the grind is still within you. Right. And, you know, you ain't got all these voices and mouths telling you should do this, you shouldn't do that, shit like that. It's good to tell the people in your circle that you can trust, but don't just go out telling everybody your goals and shit. That's just me personally. And I feel like it'll keep you grounded and wanting to hustle more and eat more until you do accomplish and be like, well, this is what I did. Not in a flexion type of way, but just like, this is what I did. It's more of the more you keep your dreams to yourself, the more you can stay focused on them. And it's simply because there comes a point in time where, like you said, there will be people that'll be like, you shouldn't do it like this, shouldn't do it like this, shouldn't do it like this, but only you, every decision you make, you have to be okay that you made it. Yeah, definitely. So if you making a decision based off what somebody else said to you, after you make that decision, you still kind of like, well, it wasn't 100% my idea. Somebody else told me to do this, and I acted upon it. Yeah. Whereas if every decision you make is your own, like, I 100% believe in this decision I'm finna make, whether it go good or it go bad, you could say, it was all me. You know what I'm saying? I did that, I thought that up, I made that plan. Yeah. So forever in a day, do what makes you happy and work towards your goals. Don't let nobody stray you from your path, but always be open to advice. For sure. Always. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't be that way. I'm gonna just say that this is definitely takes a you gotta be gotta have tough skin when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, just not even with music, just anything. Just have real tough skin. You gotta be able to take any type of criticism, because once you do get to that level, you got a million niggas saying shit about you
that you don't even know.
And what you gonna do? Just cry about it? No. Nah. Keep going.
You gotta toughen up. You gotta wait it out. So if you let people get in your head, you're not gonna be proud of yourself as much as you can be. You feel me? For sure. So I'm glad to see that you're more grounded than most, because a lot of people, even at this lower level, they allow a lot of people to get into their head, and it affects their art. Yeah. Affects their art a lot. Yeah. You'll find them, like you said, doing shit that's not them.
Definitely you will.
And you know it's not them. Like, they making murder music and all of this. Like, you know that.
Definitely for real.
Like, you know they making murder music and everything, but it's because of outside inspirations. That ain't day life. Yeah. So, you know, I'm glad to see you got a good head on your shoulders, and I do believe you would be one of those ones that'll break from the seal of the Dallas music scene. Because we trap.
Yeah, I definitely want to put my city on, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
We don't get a lot of love, but a lot of people come here. A lot of rappers come here, but
Yeah,
we
a lot
don't.
of people moving here too.
Yeah, we don't get love though. So I feel like you one of them people that's gonna break that scene and really burst out because of you're so unique, your individuality.
Appreciate that. That's definitely the goal.
And one of the last things I do want to ask you is, through your art and what you've created and what you understand about yourself, to the best of your abilities, tell me who is SUO the Artist?
I like that question. SUO the Artist is definitely me, but its own person at the same time. Somebody who not afraid to, speak up. I've always been that kid, that opposite kid. I like to say that a lot. I was always the opposite kid. Say some shit, people just be shocked, like, damn, he really said that?
Yeah.
And I always just speak my mind. And I went through a point in time in life where I was low, depressed. I just didn't want to speak to nobody. I felt like nobody was going to hear me. And I just didn't feel like my voice mattered at a point. But, like I said, I got a girl. Things been rough, but I mean, at the end of the day, she been that motivation to me, just been like, I know who I am. So my message is be yourself. That's who SUO is, just being himself, and that's really it. Just be
Message.
yourself, man.
Message, you already know. Like, and that's all you really can do, because at the end of the day, all you got, obviously you have your support system, but the only person that's really with you as you making this content every day is you.
For sure.
So if you don't believe in yourself and you don't have an understanding of yourself, your art will take a humongous hit with it.
Definitely.
I can say I took a 6-month break on YouTube, and I was still questioning myself as a YouTuber. Like, am I really a YouTuber, or I'm just a nigga making YouTube videos? And I really was like, I had quit for 6 months, but then I had to get comfortable with myself and be like, I had to get comfortable with looking at myself on camera and editing videos and hearing my own voice and shit like that. Like,
I know that process.
Yeah, so then when you get there, you like, okay, I'm me. And this gonna be me now. This the new me.
I like that, definitely, because that's how I was at one point. I hated hearing my voice. I hated that shit. I'm talking about clicking on the video, you hear your voice, you be like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm not doing it.
Ready to delete it. You hear me?
The whole thing.
But it's just about, I think we go from a point where we went to high school, we went to college, and at that time we were students. And now you have to see yourself as, oh my God, I'm a rapper, I'm a YouTuber. Like, you really have to see yourself like, damn, I used to watch these niggas.
I know exactly what you're saying too, because sometimes I be like, damn, should I be calling myself a rapper? Should I be calling myself this, or am I just a civilian just here?
Yeah, just doing shit.
And you gotta stand on that shit. Like, if you that nigga, you that nigga. If you him, you him.
Yeah.
If you an artist, you an artist. If you a baller, you a baller. Shit, just stand on what you is.
No
what
cap.
you know you is.
And to quote one of my older interviews, to quote Juice, followers, no followers, Instagram, no Instagram, I'm still that nigga. You just gotta be that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Like, shout out Juice, man.
If
Shout out
you that
Juice.
nigga, be that nigga, and don't be afraid to be that nigga in front of nobody. Because a lot of times, a lot of people be afraid to pop they shit in front of people, and their confidence take a hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. Like, yeah. So, y'all heard it here first. Words from SUO. Be yourself, kids. Don't be afraid. So, like, as usual, I'm BigJu.
SUO, man.
And this is WEAREREDX. We out. Peace.